What's up, everybody? Justin with Enlightened TCG 24 back at you guys with another video, keeping you guys enlightened on all the TCG news, updates, and everything else in between. Today, I just wanted to kind of chat with you guys, um, testing out this new mic. Hopefully, it's working. I'm not too sure yet. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You guys can hear me regardless. But I'm just doing a little bit of inventory right now. I'm doing some back inventory that I had for One Piece. Because I'm about to start uploading some Yu-Gi-Oh to the store, to the TCG store. My hair is a mess right now. Let me fix that. But anyway, I just want to give you guys, I did an update, TCG update video yesterday. Sorry guys, gotta fix the hairdo. So I did a video yesterday, a TCG update. This morning, one of my homies sent me a post that Gundam made for their TCG, saying that they're going to be sending out Wave 2 in December. So anybody who's waiting on GDO 2, look out for it in the stores for sure. And yeah, I don't know how true that is because they announced that once for GDO 1, and then we didn't see this second half of GDO 1 until GDO 2 came out. And people were like, damn, I want the new set, but then I also want the old set because I missed out. Guys, don't be fooled, man. They know what they're doing at these TCG places, man. I think they sit down in a dark room with some lit candles, doing a seance and rituals to plot on how to get people to beef with each other over these cards and whatnot. Like Pokemon, for sure. Like they know what they're doing. They know. Oh, we should have printed the demand. Yeah, you guys, 30 years doing this. You should have printed demand. I know it just became like super popular lately because of social media and all that, shit, 2020 and all that. But like after that, when you guys seen the market blowing and social media taking over, TikTok and all that, they should have printed more stuff. Honestly, guys, this video is just gonna be me rambling about TCG stuff and what's going on that I'm seeing. Yesterday was just updates, but this is what I'm seeing, right? Personally, I kind of love the state of some of these TCGs because, like I said, man, I rip these packs open and these boxes and these sealed products because one, it helps my business grow. Two, it helps the community grow as players because I know everybody talks about community on these YouTube channels, but I don't think they're really about it. I am because I play the game. So when I go and spend my little $5, $10, $15 to go to an event and play, I want to be able to play a full event. So me cracking these boxes, yeah, some people say, oh, long-term investment. I don't know if I'm going to see tomorrow. I'm going to sell these singles. I did mention that I do want to get into sealed products only because time consuming, you know, this shit is time consuming, right? I work 2 jobs. Mind you, hold up. I forgot to start the video off. I graduated or I passed my final exam yesterday from my personal trainer. I'm excited for that. But yeah, between that, now I'm gonna look into getting a new job with that. Hopefully, it gives me more time to do, focus more on this type of stuff. But yeah, being a busy person, 2 jobs and whatnot, seal product could help me, grow my business a little faster. I'm not trying to go too fast because when you go fast, you miss certain sceneries. But I'm trying to grow to the point where I could just 1,000% full time this and do my personal training on the side. This last 2 or 3 months, I was able to stay at home and focus on my business because I had a medical issue going on with my brain that I'm still going through. But it showed me a lot. The more time I put into my business, the more money I make, and the more opportunities I have to like pick up collections, and all that shit. So sealed product. I want to start not fully transitioning, but I would like to start selling sealed product, but I will still be cracking these boxes open and selling my singles because that's my business, right? I am gonna start making graded plays. Got a couple cool cards. I know I was supposed to be dropping the video on that of my personal collections and what I want to send to grading, but I want to do it after this weekend because I might be having to play here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll do that probably Saturday. Um, but yeah, man, I'm just trying to get everything going for myself and keep the flow, the flow of the business going. It's all about momentum. Anything you guys do in life is all about momentum. Once that momentum is gone, it's kind of hard to pick up sometimes. Trust me, I've been through my ups and downs with this business in the last 2.5, going on 3 years. Uh, I mentioned before, I literally started with I think it was like $150 to $175. I was at my LGS, and I'm like, a couple years ago, back in like 2016 to 2018, I tried to do this business, and this is a segue into something else in life, right? I tried to do this business. I had a girlfriend at the time who was shitting on this business. Why are you trying to sell cards and this and that's children's stuff? And when you have somebody on your side and you hear that all day, you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Plus, during that time, a lot of BS was happening and whatnot. And then you find somebody who supports you and who wants to grind it out with you and shit, and that changes your whole aspect and lights another fire under you to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I was selling cards, sleeping in my car. I was selling cards when I had to drive to my storage, go through and this before I even had the inventory I had. So I was doing that with probably like 6,000 cards. Right now I'm sitting on 55,000 cards listed, and I got a bunch more not listed, right? Yu-Gi-Oh loans probably like 10,000. So, but yeah, I bought a 151 UPC. I think it was like $90. Then I bought 2 boxes of Rarity Collection Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just started. I just grinded. Then Larcana came out, bought Larcana. Dragon Ball Fusion World came out, bought Dragon Ball Fusion World. I was just buying everything under the sun, not realizing, and this is what I need y'all to understand too. A lot of times we lose money ripping these packs, but I think his name is TCG King or something like that. He said every card has value, and once I heard that, I was like, "Yo, he's right. People need the commons and uncommons and rares to build these decks, and then you got your people who want to bling out their decks with alt arts and all that, but like you need the small cards to play." So I'm like, all right, cool. I got to change my vision and how I see my business and how I'm going to start running my business. So I sell everything, right? Yeah, I might lose some money opening packs, but at the same time, it generates me business because somebody's like, oh, I need this card for my deck, but then on TCG they do the optimized card, so they can optimize it to all one seller. And then if I have everything they need, they're just gonna buy it off of me. You know what I'm saying? You got to set a base limit. I was doing like 4 cents on the card. I'm like, yo, I'm losing bread. It's funny. I increased my prices and I started getting more sales. So once I seen that, I was like, all right, I got to set a base no matter what. If it's common, uncommon, rare, whatever, playable, not playable, collect. You got to learn. And that's why I like playing the TCGs because I know what's competitive, what people are collecting, all that good shit. That's why I crack these boxes open because the more the community grows, the more I understand the TCG that I'm selling, right? You got to have insight on both sides and you got to be able to relate to that. So yeah, I was grinding it out, working 2 jobs, waking up 3 in the morning, start at 4, get off at 10, 10:45, clock in the next one, get home probably like 10 at night, do some orders, and go to sleep. If I do get some sleep, and do it all over again. And that's when I got my apartment. You know what I'm saying? I was doing this when I first started. I was living with roommates. Now I live by myself. Um, but yeah, it was a grind mode, and I just got locked into the grind. And I was like, yo, this card right here, it might sit on your store for about a year, maybe a couple months, whatever. But then somebody's like, hey, I want to play a certain deck, or a new set comes out, and then some of the old cards have to be played in it. So I'm gonna list them, right? I'll list them because you just never know what people need to, you know. Sometimes I look at my orders, I'm like, what the fuck are you guys building? And then that's why I like to play the game, because you start to see cool stuff, and then you understand, all right, this card's gonna sell, this one's not gonna sell. If it doesn't sell, what I do is I give it a few, right? If I notice some cards aren't selling, or if I have way too many of them, I start to do like bundles on the side, which I haven't sold anything on my eBay account yet. You guys click the link in my bio and help me do that. Got to move the camera a little bit. I want to grow on eBay as well, as much as I did on TCG Player. I am approaching 1,500 sales. Yeah, granted, I should have been a lot more, but I had a lot of going on and a lot of setbacks. But I didn't. Yeah, no matter how much I wanted to stop, even back in February, I had some stuff going on in life, and I was questioning even if I want to do this. It was always in the back of my mind, like, bro, you've been collecting cards since a kid. This is your passion. You know what I'm saying? You play TCGs as a youngin. We gotta keep it going, man. And now I'm making the most money I've ever made in my business, man. And I think that's because I was able to be at home. Yeah, it's crazy. I asked, God, whatever you want to believe in, for more time for my business, right? He gave it to me. Yeah, granted, it was a health condition. Cool. You don't always get what you pray for, but you get what you pray for. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He showed me, in order for a business to grow, you can't be working for somebody else. So in the next few months, I'm going back. I might be clear back to work this weekend, but in the next few months, until after the holiday season, I'm gonna grind my ass off at both my jobs. I'm gonna grind and grind and grind so I can get back to this, right? I just graduated, and I'm gonna go and start my own other business, which would be personal training. You gotta be an entrepreneur in life if you want to get far in life, man. I don't care what nobody tells you. If you are working for somebody else, you are not going to be rich. There's certain outliers that may happen like that, but 9 times out of 10, nah, man. I had to learn a lot, man. I had to learn new systems on how to, do my TCG sorting and all that shit. I had a lot of failures in the last 2.5 years and a lot of eye openers, but I'm glad that I stuck through it. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm tired of shit, but I'm like, I try to take a nap after my morning routine, which will be waking up, doing orders, grabbing a cup of coffee. From the coffee, go deliver my orders and whatnot. But and then I get tired. I went to go try to take a nap. I couldn't do it because in the back of my head, I wouldn't shut up that you should be doing orders right now, or you should be um you should be QR doing inventory or sorting stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I need to go to sleep because I'm up all night, but nope, got right back up and I got right back to it because I gotta do this. I want to do this. This is something I told myself I'm gonna do, right? I want this. I gotta see it through. A lot of people, you can't get rich, man. You can get rich on doing anything if you do it smart, right? That's my piece of advice. You can get rich on doing anything if you do it smart. Put the time, the effort, do it right. You know what? These last few weeks, I've been questioning the business again because I don't know what the hell's been going on with USPS, but a lot of orders been going missing, or a lot, and then I get people, on my TCG account crying about the dumbest things, and then I reach out, they never respond. You can always feel like somebody's trying to get over on you, but that's not always the case. But sometimes you can tell, man. But refunding orders is like, damn, man, because they don't send them back to you. You know what I'm saying? You asked out on your product and your goddamn motherfucking money. So you gotta roll with the punches sometimes, man. Like, it comes with the price of business. You know what I'm saying? I just told my girl that yesterday. It comes with the price of business. So a lot of things are gonna happen. You just gotta figure that shit the fuck out, man. You can't boohoo wee hee throughout fucking life. That shit's gonna happen. one thing I wish I learned years ago was life is all about how you react to certain situations, right? Or every situation. So you get what you give, man. You half-ass shit, you're gonna get half-ass shit back. Um, I don't know. I was just rambling today. I just wanted to get some things off my chest, kind of tell my story on how I got all this stuff. You know, if you can see back there, that's the UPC I'm talking about. Right there. And look, I don't keep nothing sealed, man. That's open. The UPC was open. If I remember, there was a Blastoise SIR in there, which I should have kept, but I gotta, make these. I got sports here too. Doing my little inventory. I'm telling you, I started with this right here, and I ended up with everything you see in my background. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the floor because I haven't bought the proper stuff. But I'm learning, right? But guess what? For almost 1,500 sales in 2 years, that's just TCG, not in person. And I'm gonna keep going. I appreciate everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to buy my product. eBay, link below. TCG Pro Seller, link below. Instagram, link below. Facebook, a link below. Help me grow so I can start, feeding back to the community that helps me eat. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.